we live boxing news Tuesday nights. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good, man? A
Man,
good weekend of boxing out here in LA. Good
yeah,
week.
it was.
Uh, we had a fight in Vegas. I mean, that's all I'm really. I'm not gonna say it was exciting or it was a big fight or anything. We'll get into it, man. But we had a fight. We had
Yeah,
the
we had a fight.
two guys up in the welterweight going at it.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
how was the butterfly brawl? Oh,
the butterfly brawl was good. We ended up having like 15 fights, so it was good. Terrence Crawford showed up. Had a bunch of guests. Had Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys out there, Mellow Mayonnaise,
yeah.
Hydra Shaded Brown. Performances, with that guy that sings $1 Million Baby, he was out there, he performed that song. So
Okay.
it was a decent night, good fights. Had a couple of upsets. Had a kid 15-0 with 14 KOs, D'Angelo Evans. They call him Baby Tyson. He got knocked out in the fifth round by a journeyman. I think he had like 4 wins and 3 losses from Mexico. And
Yeah,
knocked him out, man. So you never know in boxing, man. You can't play boxing. You never know what's gonna happen.
for sure. Shout out Ozal in the chat from Twitch. We got uh we got our one person from Twitch finally. Shout out Ozal W in the chat.
All
What's
right, all
up?
right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to see if I can pull up the comments. I see
yeah. It's
that
a
I can hit the
check the
comment
chat.
thing, but then the screen blacks away. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
phone. I'm trying to see if I can do it on the phone. So
Oh
it's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
different
No.
because I'm not on my computer tonight. And
Oh,
I
okay.
can't. So
Yeah.
you'll have to ask the questions or see the questions. I can't see them tonight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I got you. Um, yeah, yeah. I saw a lot of people out there at the butterfly brawl. It was. I know Mizuki was out there. I saw Mizuki out there. I saw Cobra was out there. Um, I think.
Yeah, Mizuki was out there. Kobe was out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a clip of them taking a picture together and then saying, pretty much kind of talking about hinting at maybe a future unification fight. And I think that fight would be crazy.
Man, it was hot out there. I tell you that, man. It was absolutely. It was burning up out there on the beach, man. I mean,
Yeah,
usually, you get a cool breeze. It's a little cooler. Man,
yeah.
LA's been on fire lately, bro. Seriously, like I think it was like
Wow.
103 today in Whittier, man. So it's been a
Yeah,
scorcher.
yeah. No, it's been yeah, it was hot. It's hotter yesterday and today than it was I think on Saturday over here. So it's getting hotter and it's supposed to be cooling down. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But speaking of
So I
things,
don't see I don't see the backdrop. I just see me and you. So you're gonna have to lead into what we're speaking about. So I don't like on the computer. I see everything on the phone. I just see me and you,
yeah,
brother.
for sure. No, we good. I got you. Shout out
Yeah, yeah.
Dom's in the chat. What's up, Dom? Man,
What up, Dom?
we go. What's up, Champy from AZ? It's 115 today. Dang, yeah, 115 in Arizona. Woo, man, that takes me back to my Iraq days, man. 125 out there. Yeah, I think it was like 104, 105 out here today, up in the hills. But
Yeah.
speaking
See,
of
but see,
speaking of
Arizona's dry heat, brother.
yeah. Now, speaking of the desert, speaking of temperatures, hot, maybe not too hot, but we had a fight this weekend, and a lot of controversy around the decision, around the scorecards. That's for me. That was a big thing. It was the scorecards. Like as soon as that fight ended, I had Tio winning pretty much every round, man. I had Tio pretty much winning except the fifth and maybe like the 10th. Was it the 10th when he got clipped right at the end again, like right towards the end? I think so. We could probably give Rolly like 2 rounds, but I don't know what everybody else is thinking or what Rolly's thinking is that they won the fight or whatever it is, but I didn't see it. Like I didn't see it. Like yeah, like Teo wasn't landing always, but he's the one throwing the most, right? Throwing the most. He was landing to the body,
Yeah.
even though
Well,
Rolly said it.
Teofimo landed Teofimo landed more jabs than Rolly did punches.
Yeah,
There it
for
is. I mean
sure.
that speaks for itself.
Yeah. I think he landed like it was like 143 punches or something like that to like Rolly only landed like 73 total punches. So it's like just look at the
Yeah.
numbers. Uh, direct shooters, hot AF, yeah, for sure. Dom, Rolly didn't trust his chin. Tio did. Yeah, like that's what it was. Like I expected Rolly Romero to come out in that sixth round, guns blazing, like pushing the pace and throwing punches because
Why?
you just, but he didn't. Like he came and he was on the back foot. He was fighting off the back foot most of the night, and that's pretty much how I saw the
I
fight
don't know
going.
why he didn't come forward.
I don't.
He was trying
Yeah,
to
I don't know.
counter, and Teofimo never came to attack. He jabbed his way in to score. But if
Yeah.
Rolly would have thrown punches, if he would have let his hands go, he would have won that fight. I think he could have won that fight. He could have hurt him. You know, what I mean, he cut him in the fifth. He hurt him,
Hmm.
but he wasn't active enough. You can't win a fight by not being active. He had the wrong game plan. He sat back. He waited to counter. He wasn't scoring. He didn't try to attack. And
Yeah.
when when uh, when he did attack, when he did attack, he hurt Teofimo in those exchanges. But Teofimo was smart enough not to play that game with him. He used his jab. He boxed off his jab, and he took control of the fight, and he won that fight. And it wasn't an exciting fight.
No, and that's no like discredit to Teofimo Lopez. I think that's Teofimo. He did what was given to him, so he used what was given to him. Right. Rolly wasn't throwing a lot of
Yeah,
punches, wasn't doing a lot. So what is he gonna do? Like, so he's gonna jab. He's gonna move around. He's gonna go to the body. He's gonna try to create things, and you gotta create things, but you gotta be smart about creating opportunities because we already know Rolly Romero is a big puncher. He's gonna have the power advantage. He's one of the biggest punchers in 47 right now, right? We know all this coming into the fight,
yeah,
so you got to create the opportunities. But you got to work with what's given to you, right? So, but you got to be smart about things. I think that's exactly what Teofimo did. He used his speed, he used the timing, and he used what was there. And Rolly wasn't giving him too much to work with. So yeah, I knew. I think Rolly knows he has the power, and he knew, but he also knows that Teal is fast, and Teal can move and use angles and throw punches, and some of those punches he might not be able to see them coming at him, and those are the punches that are gonna get you dropped. Those are the punches that are gonna get you hurt. So I think Rolly was being a little too cautious about coming in too much because when you're coming in too much and those exchanges, that's when Teofimo can hurt you by moving around, moving the ankles, and throwing a punch that you're not gonna see. But man, I just don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. After the fight, he was so
And I don't get
irritated
the
about
scorecard,
what. Yeah, the
the
draw
draw.
was wild. Yeah, the draw
There's
was
no
wild.
way that should have been a majority decision. Absolutely, like that judge needs to be investigated on why he scored or how he gave 6 rounds to Rolly Romero. It makes
Yeah,
no damn sense. None.
yeah, for sure. It's crazy. We've got Dom in the chat. He said in the fifth round, if that was ruled a knockdown, Rolly would have won it. It would have been a robbery, but based off judges scoring, Rolly would have won. Yeah, if that was ruled a knockdown, that would have been
Mm,
crazy. That tie, that 114-114 would have been towards Rolly Romero. So
yeah,
because
it would have
and
been it
then
would have been 116. It would have been 116, 112 the other way.
yeah, and then
2 point a
the
2 point swing.
and then you got to think about it. The 116, 112 would have been different. The 115,
It
113,
would have been
Rolly would have
114,
won.
114.
Yeah, Rolly would have won.
It
Rolly
would
would
have been
probably would have won
115.
by. Rolly would have probably won by split decision. He would have won by split decision if
The
that was ruled
split
a knockdown.
decision.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
114, 114 would have been switched, and then the 115, 113 would have been switched towards Rolly's favor because of that point deduction. That's a 10-8 round. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's wild. I don't see it. I don't see it. As soon as that fight was over, I heard 114, 114, and I was like, what? And I don't know. There is a lot of people out there that think Rolly won. I did my reaction, and a lot of people in the comments are yeah, thinking that Rolly won that fight because the common denominator is always is look at Teofimo Lopez's face, bro. He did that in one
So
round,
what?
and that's scar tissue. That's scar tissue, and we all know Rolly's a big puncher. Like just because that happened one round, it's a 12 round fight. You have to win multiple rounds to win a fight, to win a boxing match, and he didn't win. He didn't
Yeah,
win more rounds than Teofimo.
you don't judge a fight. You don't judge a fight by the look of somebody's face. I mean, you could have a headbutt, you could have a bad round,
Yeah,
be
yeah,
whatever.
yep,
You don't judge a fight by the look of some. Oh, look at their face. Look at the difference. So what? It's scoring points, man.
yeah,
When my punches are hitting you and I'm scoring points and I'm winning the fight, I'm winning the damn fight. It doesn't say,
yeah.
well, the only way you win a round is if you cut them or if you bruise their face or if you break a rib or no.
Did did
It's a scoring shot.
did Teofimo Lopez, did he make a statement at 147 with that fight?
I don't think he made a statement because we know who Teofimo is. He's arguably the lineal champion at 35, the lineal champion at 140, and we know who Teofimo is. So I don't think it was necessarily a statement. I think if he would have knocked Rolly out, that would have been a statement. He went up there, he won, he won the way he was supposed to win. I think a lot of people had Teofimo beforehand winning the fight by unanimous decision, and he did what he was supposed to do. I will be
Yeah.
right
If we
back. I
have
gotta grab another bottle from the.
yeah, we got a
Go ahead, I'm listening.
we got TWSUF1 in the chat. He says Ryan Garcia is the best. Ryan Garcia is the best. Is the best at 47 or is the best in all of boxing? Like is the best what? Is the best at being as with the fastest hands? What's Ryan Garcia the best? I like Ryan Garcia. I think he's good. Is he the best? I don't know. We will see, right? We'll see. I think he gets the Conor Ben fight. The next after that, if after he beats Conor Ben, Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo. That's what you're saying. I like that fight. I like the Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia. That one should be an interesting fight. All of boxing, okay. I don't know if Ryan Garcia is the best in all of boxing. That's
No, he's
crazy.
not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
not in all of boxing. I think there's a lot of great fighters. Um, a lot of more skillful fighters, like more technical fighters. Ryan Garcia, he might in
Yeah.
all of boxing, he might have some of the best like God given talent in all of boxing. Right, his speed, his power, like that. Those are things that you cannot teach, and he has, and those come very natural to him. But when it comes to like more technical, more found like technical foundation of boxing, I think there's a lot better boxers than that. But is he
I
one of the
think
best? I don't think
Shakur's
he's
way.
there. Yeah, when it comes to like being technical
Shakur's
and being like a pure boxer, yeah, Shakur Stevenson is probably one of the best as a pure boxer. But with the
yeah.
God given talent, with like
In a
natural
way, in a
talent,
way, and you got to be able to put that. You got to be able to put that talent together. I mean, even with Ryan being a heavy hitter, you got to be able to put it together. I mean, if you look at somebody like Benavidez goes on the attack. Does he get hit a lot? He does, but he knows how to put those punches together and hurt somebody and win big fights.
yeah,
And that hasn't been shown by Ryan yet. I
no,
mean,
yeah.
Ryan,
I think Ryan's
this
best
isn't. He's not on that
performance.
level.
Ryan's best performance, I think, putting everything together, his best performance is against Mario Barrios, and of course, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Barrios he's not a champion, he was a title holder and whatever, yada yada yada." But
Older.
Mario Barrios is a good boxer, right? He's a good boxer. He's strong, and he went out there and he controlled the fight like he's a tough. It was supposed to be a tough fight, and if that Ryan Garcia can keep getting better and build off of that performance, then yeah, I think we're gonna see Ryan become an elite fighter because he was using the right hand a lot. He was using the jab. He
Yeah.
was he was mixing it up. Um, for me, that was Ryan Garcia's best performance was that Barrios fight, and I like of course everybody's gonna have their say about what type of fighter Mario Barrios is, but I think Mario Barrios is he's a good fighter. Elite? No, he's not elite, but he's a good fighter. He's
No.
a tough fighter. He's hard to put away, and yeah, and I feel like that was a good test for Ryan Garcia. Now he's going in there
Yeah.
against a Conor Ben, another tough guy. He's going to be another tough guy, another aggressive fighter, an elite fighter. No, no, but these are all good tests because they're going to be aggressive fighters. Like they're going to be the come forward type of fighters, which is when you need to start working on that as he continues and he starts going against elite pressure fighters. At least he's going to have that experience, those rounds with pressure fighters, with tough pressure fighters. So yeah, this is he's on his way. If he continues after that Barrios fight, continue building off of that win, then yeah, he's gonna. I think I see him eventually being an elite fighter, getting to that elite level. But you got to defend your belt. You got to keep winning, and you got to keep improving. That's it.
Yeah.
Was TWSUF1. I think I don't know how to say your name. I'm just gonna say the letters. He says Shakur is a runner and a cheat. Mark my words.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
didn't he
I
didn't
mean,
run away. He didn't
I
run away
articulate
in the Cepeda. He didn't run away against the Cepeda fight, and he didn't run away in the Teofimo Lopez fight. Like he was right there in front of them the whole time. So I don't think I don't see Shakur as a runner
what
anymore per se. But
boxing is to hit and not get hit, man. That's the sweet
yeah,
science. It's to hit and not get hit, to go out there and to win the fight, have defensive skills. I mean, so
yeah,
if you and he's doing almost the same thing Floyd did. You know, you had Pretty Boy Floyd that was a killer, and you had Money Mayweather that switched his style up, and a lot of people didn't like it, but you know what? He's still one of the greatest that we've ever seen. One of the greatest fighters that we've ever seen. So you can't knock what Shakur's doing. Shakur's To me, Shakur, if he goes up to 47, he'll be the king of 47. He can clean house and become undisputed at 40 and at 47. He's basically, to me, I think he's the next Bud Crawford type fighter. And I think there's going to be big fights that are put in the future that he has that are put in front of him where he does have to fight a bigger fighter. Say somebody at 47 that's going to be bigger than him, or somebody that's 54, at 54 that's bigger than him. He's going to make him look silly. The kind of the same way Crawford did with Spence.
yeah. And then we got Dom. It says Broly and Barrios at 54 for a WBA regular bout. WBA love Rolly. WBA and PBC are close. They can make it happen. It's a fight for Rolly to get back in the mix, and at last a decent payday for Barrios. Yeah, if Rolly moves up, I was actually thinking Rolly and Jack Catterall, because he is a WBC, he's a WBA holder bout, and Catterall's calling out Teofimo, but I don't see Teofimo fighting Catterall. Teofimo wants to unify. So if Rolly wants to get a bout again and fight somebody, I think Catterall, if he stays at 47, if he does go up to 54, I think Rolly and Barrios will be an interesting fight. I think they're both on that same level. Rolly got the power advantage. Um, TWSUF1 says it's funny how no one mentions the steroid use of Conor Ben, and I know you haven't been you've been in the lives lately, but we talked about that already. We talked about the Conor Ben. I don't see Conor Ben hurting Ryan or anything because he hasn't had a knockout since the egg incident, right? Since he got popped for the steroids with the eggs, he
Nah,
hasn't had a knockout. He hasn't had a knockout since. He hasn't been at 147 in a long time. His last fight was against Progress, and that was like at 50, and so he hasn't been at 47. Dom said, "I try to put the WBA autocorrect." Said Eva, "No, I got you." Shakur doesn't hit This is for you, Supreme Sacks. He said Shakur doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
hit though. He just doesn't get hit enough. So he's saying Shakur doesn't get hit enough. He doesn't hit. He don't got the power. That's what Dom's telling you about Shakur. That's the only
I
thing. That's
mean, yeah. I mean, if he's gonna have to, that's where his comes into play, Dom.
hmm
I think he has the capability to go 12 rounds and keep his plan A, and not have to really get away from what his plan is. I think he can do it. I mean, Cepeda did hit him, and I give him some credit for standing in there with Cepeda. But I think when he does go up against somebody that can actually hit or maybe hurt him, you're going to see a different level of Shakur come out as far as his boxing goes. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see what comes about with Shakur. But
Oh,
I still
okay.
think
I
he's
got you.
a generational fighter that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Dom was saying that the name of the game is hit and not get hit, but Shakur doesn't get hit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't.
that's the game. That's the game. TW. I'm just gonna call you TW for short. So TW says Crawford gave Shakur the Conte blueprint. Yeah, okay. But Virgil would have destroyed him. That's why they're avoiding him. Correction, Boots. Boots would have destroyed Crawford. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Boots would have destroyed Crawford. That would have been an interesting fight, especially at a 54, not a 47, like at a 54 or a 60, uh, Crawford versus Boots. But I don't see Boots destroying it. I don't think Boots would have destroyed Crawford. I think Crawford's way too good.
Oh yeah, I don't think Boots destroys Crawford at all. I
He's
don't think Boots destroys Ortiz either. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Boots is good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's a generational talent like Crawford or like a Shakur. You know, put Shakur in there with
Oh
him at 54.
yeah.
Shakur gives him a boxing lesson. That's the
Yeah.
type of fight I'm talking about. Somebody that hits hard, you know, and but you get somebody like Shakur that can hit you right back, and
Yeah.
his knowledge of the ring, his generalship, his boxing, his technical skills will throw that offense of Boots off. You know, where Boots isn't going to be able to get set because of the jab, because of
Yeah.
the way Shakur boxes. So that's I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Boots is a great boxer. I think he's a great fighter. I
Okay.
just don't think he's
Yeah.
generational. Of course he's an elite fighter, but not a generational fighter for me.
So you said Shakur beats Boots. Is that what you said?
I believe that Shakur beats Boots at 54.
Sh- Shakur Stevenson beats Boots at 50.
I think yeah, yeah.
I that's
I
crazy.
think he outboxes him.
No, I think Boots would be too big at 54 for Shakur. I think he'll be too big at 54. He'll be too fast, and the power. I don't know if he'll be able to like the arms, the body shots. Like Boots wouldn't be headhunting for him. Like that, and that's what a lot of guys that like Zapata was doing. He was going to the body, but they were headhunting a lot against Shakur, and with the Shakur style, you can't be headhunting. You have to aim for the chest. You have to aim for the shoulders, for the body, for the stomach. You got to aim somewhere. Like if I'm aiming at his chest and he moves, I'm still gonna hit something. If you're trying to jab him to the head, like he's gonna move. I think I think Boots is gonna be way too big for Shakur 54. I don't even think Shakur ever even goes to 54. I think that's too big of a
No,
weight class.
you don't think
Yeah,
so?
nah. Shakur Stevenson at 50. Nah,
We'll see.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think Shakur will go to 54. I don't. I don't think so. But let me see.
We'll see.
Dom Dom says Boots destroys Ortiz. Um, TW said, "Who do you got? Navarrete versus Oshaki." Ooh, we had talked about that one. We had talked
I got
about
a
it a little
shocking.
bit. Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about it
yeah.
a little bit. We haven't really touched on that one too much yet, but yeah, I'm leaning towards Oshaki. I think that's a great
A
fight, though.
shocking.
Yeah, I lean towards Oshaki right now, as of now. That's a great fight. We had talked about that last week.
Yeah,
If
just the awkwardness, like we talked about the awkwardness of
yeah,
Navarrete, and I think that's what can bring trouble to Oshaki. But Oshaki is he's a talented boxer. He's a great boxer. So yeah, I think I edge Oshaki on that fight.
for sure. But as Dom says, Boots is a generational talent, and Shakur does not beat Boots. Laugh out loud. If Ortiz couldn't destroy
Now
Boachuk,
what?
it says Boots is a generational talent, and Shakur does not beat Boots. If Ortiz couldn't destroy Boachuk, how is he going to destroy Boots? And
Yes.
Boachuk got destroyed by Brandon Adams twice. Too big and too fast for Shakur.
Yeah, I don't play that triangle, the game, but I still think Boots beats Virgil. I do believe that Boots beats Virgil. But I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to Shakur, man. I think Shakur, honestly, that's just my personal opinion. I think he's the best boxer out there. I've said it for a long time. I think he's the most talented, and he's the best the best boxer, most technical fighter out there right now in the game.
Who, Shakur Stevenson?
Even better than Inoue. Was that?
You said Shakur Stevenson?
Yeah, I think Shakur's the best out there right now. The best. He's got the most ring generalship. I think he's the most talented boxer, and I just think he's the best boxer in the game right now, even better than Inoue. Inoue has got caught, he's been dropped. You're not seeing that with Shakur. Shakur may not be the style of fighter that everybody wants to see. He's not going to get in there and bang. He's not going to be the most entertaining, but he
Yeah.
damn well is the most technical and the most skilled, defensively skilled fighter out there right now.
Yeah, TW
He's got it
says
both,
no.
man. He's got the offense and the defense.
TW says no way
He says
Ortiz
what?
will. He says no way Ortiz will kill Boots.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great fight. Kill Boots. I don't know. I think it will be a good fight. I'm gonna favor Ortiz in that fight, of course. But does he kill Boots? I don't know if he kills him. I think it'd be a good fight. Ortiz is too talented for Ortiz. Dom Boots is too talented for Ortiz. Ortiz is there's a huge talent gap between Ortiz and Boots. That's what Dom is saying. Let's um let's get back into this Rolly and Teo real quick because we can go down that rabbit hole. Um, that we don't even know that fight's ever gonna happen, or if it happens, maybe at 160. We'll see. But Rolly's saying that he got robbed, right? Um, Rolly said that after the fight,
Yeah.
when he heard 114 scorecard, he believed the decision was a robbery. He also characterized, the result as a political and pushed for another fight. Yeah, I had the exact same reaction at 114 when I heard 114. I said, oh shit, we're getting a robbery. But I wasn't leaning towards the robbery on Rolly's side. I was reaping like the robbery on Teofimo's side. I feel like Teofimo won every round except me. I give Rolly two rounds. I give Rolly 2 rounds. But can you see? Can you see what Rolly's talking about? Like, it was a robbery. Can you see like it
No.
being that close? Like,
No. No. Definitely not, bro. Definitely not. It might have sounded like one. I mean,
yeah,
I do think that the announcers, the commentators were a little bit biased, of course, but no. I mean, as far as what happened in the ring, no. I think the scores were good, except for the 114 score. Other than that, no. I don't see it, man. Rolly did not win that fight.
I don't even like 115, 113. I think that was too close. That's too close. But
Yeah, I don't see even giving him 5 rounds. No, 3 rounds, 3 rounds max.
yeah,
I gave him the fifth, and like you said, the round where he got clipped in the 10th, and that was it, man. Like I said, Teofimo landed more jabs than Rolly did punches.
for sure.
So, and like I said, you score round by round. You don't score by the way somebody's face looks. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
you're out there to score points, and I'm not going to keep getting into the discussion. Unless somebody wants to say instead of just screaming robbery and they want to articulate what they saw, and we can debate what they seen or how they came about with their scores. I'll gladly debate with them. But when you're just gonna tell me, oh, it was a robbery, or oh, Teofimo sucks, or oh, they were biased, or it was political, no. Explain to me how Rolly won the rounds that you're giving him,
Yeah.
because he didn't.
Yeah, and then Dom's on the Virgil and Boots. He said all Virgil has is a puncher's chance. Outside of that, he's gonna get destroyed. Boots gonna tear his body up and destroy his face. Virgil has a lot of scar tissue. That high guard is gonna work against Ortiz. And then TW, who has Boots fought? They've been protecting him for over 4 years. Yeah.
He's a world champion who has Virgil fought. I mean, you can say the same thing, right?
Well,
You can have that same argument the other way.
not really, not really, because Virgil's fought big names. He's fought the tough guys in the division. He's had tough fights. He's fought the Madrimals. He's fought the Boachuks. We seen him fight
Yeah.
the tough
Well,
guys, but he just doesn't have the belt, and that's kind of what we're alluding to. Like, man, you need the belt. Uh, that's what Dom's saying. Who has Virgil fought? Why has Virgil been in 3 different weight classes and haven't been a champion? Why is he in negotiations to fight Charlo at 60? Why not Carlos Adames? Virgil is protected. Yeah, like it's starting to look that way, but he's fought hard fights. The
if
thing
it,
is,
yeah, if you look at his career, they're money fights. Yeah, they're money fights. They're not legacy fights. Their money fights are what Rick's doing to get him the most money, and
yeah,
that's okay. But I mean, at the same
yeah,
time, you can't shit on Boots for what he's doing either. I mean, and becoming a unified world champion.
yeah,
He holds the cards now, not Virgil, not Golden Boy,
yeah,
and
and now
that's and
and
that's
now Virgil Ortiz
nobody, and
is
that's nobody's fault but their own.
yeah, and well, it's their fault. It's Virgil, Rick's,
Yeah, that's
Golden
what I
Boy. It's
said.
their
It's
fault.
nobody's fault. It's nobody's
Yeah,
fault but their own.
it's theirs because they're over here trying to make the biggest money fight, and now look where you at. Like, look where you're at. You're stuck in limbo, and nobody wants to give you an opportunity now
Yeah, now without a
at
fight.
54. At 54, nobody's gonna give you opportunity for about 54 because you
He's a
got
he's a high risk, a very very high risk with
yeah,
no reward except for maybe the money, because he brings nothing but money to the table, and that's it.
yeah,
And if you're Boots, you can go get that money somewhere else. And I'm not saying you're going to get as much money as you're going to get for fighting Virgil Ortiz, but you fight two or three fighters that are 75% of what Virgil is, and you're going to make that money right back. You know,
yeah.
and not just that, but you're going to make money off sponsorships and everything else because you are a world champion.
Especially if Boots gets the Cali fight and they do that across the pond, like he's gonna make money over there. Like they're gonna make money
Yep.
over there. So, and then Dom said, "F a big name might get a belt. His resume ain't all that. Those wins ain't aging well. Anyway, Boychuk and Majumov haven't done shit. Boots would stop both of them in 6 rounds. You can say what you can call what ifs and you can do all the night, but we don't see it. Majumov gave Terrence Crawford a hard night, so and then Virgil went in there
Yeah.
and he won that fight convincingly. So I don't like to play boxing math really. I don't like to play boxing math because I want to see the
Yeah.
fight. Um, Crawford
Yep.
struggled with Majumov, right? He struggled with Majumov. A lot of people think
Yeah.
Crawford lost to Majumov, and but Virgil went out there and he won that fight pretty convincingly. So like we can play. I don't like doing that though. Virgil needs to go to 60 and he needs to fight Lara. That like go fight Lara, go fight Adamas. I think you go fight Lara. Like I think that's a bigger name. Lara is like under the radar right now, but I think Lara at 60 is a big fight for Virgil, and I think Virgil can win that fight at Lara, and then he gets about at 60. Now you're actually a fucking champion, and if you want to go back down to 54, but you're going back down as a 60 champion, then you can go there and get in the mix. Um,
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you look at fighters in the past. They've gone that route. They've done that route. They've moved up. They've won titles. They've gone back down. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you take a look at somebody like Canelo that went up and he fought, won a world title when he beat Kovalev, but went back down and started fighting at 68, and then had that run for undisputed.
Yeah.
So all that did was put a bigger name on his resume when he went up there and beat Kovalev. Yeah, Kovalev was on his way out, but at the time Kovalev had just had two wars with Andre Ward. He was still a big name in that division. Yeah, for us purists that boxing, we understand that it was towards the end of Kovalev's career, but still, Canelo went up there and knocked him out. You know,
Yeah.
knocked him out. That's something that Andre Ward couldn't do.
Yeah.
So just saying. It's at the end of the day, he has a win and a world title at light heavyweight by defeating Sergey Kovalev. If
Yeah.
Ortiz follows that same route, he goes up, gets a title, like you say, wins a bout, gets a title, goes back down, and then makes a run at it. That's only going to strengthen his career and his resume. And so
Yeah.
he's got to do something, man.
No, he has to, and I feel like he needs the belt. And we talked about this last week. Like, man, I don't the Charlo fight. I don't know. Like, does it is it even that big? Like, I'm over the Charlos. Like, I think I put Charlos in the same
Yeah,
category as Devin Haney and as Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis right now. I don't really want to talk about them until they actually have a fight announced. Like, we keep the Shakur, Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Tank, uh, Devin. I know Devin's trying to make fights, but like, I don't want to hear about it until they actually have a fight signed. And Charlo too. Like, they're both the Charlos. Like,
so
they
what's the
come and they
difference
talk about
between what's
fights.
the difference between them? What's the difference between them, between the Haneys and the Tanks and the Charlos and Virgil Ortiz?
Well, Virgil, been in legal issues. Now he's out of the legal issue. They're fine. Now they're in negotiations trying to make fights. So like, now let's see what happens. But if they continue to go and pass up fights, and yes, he's eventually going to be in that same boat. That's why this next fight should be for a belt. It
So
shouldn't be like if they
so
do a
Haney
Charlo fight.
Haney going to first bid, and Keyshawn Davis walking away is Haney's fault. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
why
it's
even
It's Haney's fault.
yeah, they've known that. They've known that Keyshawn was gonna pull out. Like, look at all the interviews. Look at Bill Haney telling Keyshawn, "Keep your word, keep your word." They knew that wasn't gonna happen. They know this. Like, you're having these interviews beforehand and telling Keyshawn, "Keep your word, keep your word."
Yeah.
Like, why? And then we've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen David Haney's been in negotiations with Rolly Romero. That didn't go through. Why? We
Yeah.
he's Hayden's been in multiple negotiations for fights and nothing hasn't happened. Right?
So
Am I
now,
right or am I
no, you're
wrong?
right.
Like,
Yeah, I'm
so
just,
like so
but no, no, you're right.
so is it everybody
You're
else's
right.
fault and not Haney's fault for making fights? Like, negotiation is a two-way street. You're negotiating for these fights and nothing's come to fruition. So it's I think they're all in the same. I'll start talking about them again when I get an actual fight announcement, not all this other craziness. Because for the most part, it's just wild. Like, make a goddamn fight and let's fight. Same thing with Virgil. Like,
That's right.
fight for
That's no
fight
exact.
for a belt. No,
Make
fight
a
for a
fight.
belt.
Fight somebody,
Fight.
man.
No, no, not. I don't want Virgil to make a fight. I want him to fight for a belt. That Virgil. He's trying to make a fight. He's trying to make Charlo. He's trying to go for Zoo. Like, why? You're trying to get paid. I understand this is a prize fighter. You're a prize fighter. You want to make money, but you're about to go up to your third division and you don't have a belt yet, man. And you're like, you have all this around you, the name. You're supposed to be the boogeyman. You're supposed to be this. Like, you need you need the belt. You're in the Virgil Ortiz right now. This is
That's
a hot take. This is a hot take. Virgil Ortiz right now is what Ryan Garcia was before he had, like, what Ryan Garcia is now. Now Ryan Garcia is a WBC champion, but before that, everybody was like, "Oh, Ryan ain't shit. He's not a champion. He doesn't have nothing." That's what Virgil Ortiz is right now. He's in that same talk. Virgil needs a belt now, so he can get out of that conversation. And like now that people start talking about him in a higher regard, because he's slowly losing that aura by not having a champ, by not becoming a champion. You're losing the aura that you had.
Yeah.
That what's going on in the chat? I think they're. It says Dom Bochuk was never a champ, and Majumov hasn't looked good since. Well, man, you can't even credit Virgil Ortiz to that after that fight. You can Xander ain't worth it, but Lubin, who got knocked out by Charlo in round one and stopped by Charlo, was bro, you're delusional. And stopped by Fedora. Sorry. Oh, he says, and he put Charlo twice, but he said he meant to say Fedora. TW because he wanted Puss in Boots. I don't know what I don't these guys. I don't know. I kind of lost your guys' conversation in the chat. Dom, no, it's not that. It's not that big. Virgil was what? Effing around all these years and went and weight classes and still hasn't put his foot down and had to make a title fight. Yeah. Dominic, stop being emotional. That's what TW. I'm not being emotional. Stop being delusional. Stop being delusional. Why is Virgil fighting Charlo possibly and not Adames? Answer that. Why is De La Hoya in
And I don't
Japan?
even think he's gonna fight Charlo, bro.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
PBC,
Supposedly,
I think PBC is gonna stay away from that fight for Charlo. I
yeah,
think PBC is gonna use that to build the Zoo fight.
yeah,
PBC's got a good they've got good negotiations going with no limit. And I think that the fight's easier for them to make. Zeus fought under that PBC label a few times now. I think they stay away from Ortiz. Is
yeah,
it a big money? Is it a big money fight in Texas? Of course it is, man.
yeah.
But I mean, what does it really do for Charlo?
It
Charlo
doesn't
can
do.
bring that
It
those
doesn't do
fans
nothing
in
for
and
either of
with
them.
Zoo.
It doesn't do nothing for either of them, Virgil
No,
or Charlo. Like it does. It's just a fight. Like maybe this fight was what it would have done something for their careers. What 3 years ago? It would have been like 3 years ago. Like oh shit, Charlo and Virgil. Like okay, but man, it's like it's past that already. Dom saying the difference is Mike. Difference is Ryan had 12 million followers on social media. He was popular and put asses in seats. He didn't need a belt. Virgil not that popular. He need a belt. No, the whole thing was like nobody was putting respect on Ryan Garcia's name because he was never a champion, right? Like that's yes he sold fights and he
yeah,
did all that.
that's what he's
I
saying.
get I get all that, but like at that there's a point where Ryan Garcia is talking about like he's the best, right? I'm the best. I'm a boxer, legacy, but everyone's like, well, you're not even a champion, bro. You can't talk that way. And I'm saying Virgil Ortiz right now is that same boat. Like you're saying everybody can say, oh yeah, Virgil beats Boots or Virgil beats this guy. Virgil's the best. Like okay, but you're not even a champion yet. Like you're about to be in three weight divisions and you're not a champion yet. That still means something in boxing. Like you have to be a champion already. Like it's time.
Okay.
Go get a belt and look what that done to Ryan Garcia. He's got the WBC belt. You don't hear that anymore. That those conversations because he's a champion now.
No,
He's about he's about to defend
this
his
is a
belt.
champ. Exactly.
Yeah, like he's about to defend his belt already, and so you can talk about the opponent
One
or
thing. One
whatever.
thing. When yeah, when you text earlier, one thing that wasn't in there, but I want to mention, man, I want to give a shout out to Brooke Syrian for taking care of Lupita Friday night in
Yeah,
Temecula. Good fight. So shout out to Brooke, man. She went out there and did her thing. I think both of us had picked Brooke to win that fight. So man, shout out to Brooke, man.
for sure. Shout out to Brooke. She put on a performance for sure. Shout out to Lupita too. She fought all 12 rounds. She ended up breaking her hand or her wrist or her arm something. I forget exactly where, but she broke and she still went 12
Mm.
rounds. But so shout out to Lupita. But yeah, Brooke after the third round, Brooke controlled the whole fight and it was a great performance.
Yeah.
Let me see. Dom said it didn't become do or die until he lost to Rowley. It's been do or die for Virgil since he left 47, in my opinion, as far as belts go. I,
I
maybe
don't
do
think
or
it's
I,
necessarily do or die for him.
yeah,
I think check this out, and I'll tell you why, man. Because say him and Boots were to go at it, and say Boots were to beat him and he gives a hell of a performance, they run it back, they do it again, or he fights a Fundora. He fights a, it's not do or die for Virgil. I mean, he gets somebody like he gets somebody up at 160 for a title. Still, he still has an opportunity to get a rematch with Boots or fight for a title down at 54, maybe against Fundora if he gives a hell of a showing against Boots. So I don't think it's necessarily do or die. Same thing if he were to go up against Fundora. He were to go up against Fundora and maybe get beat. I don't think it's the end of the road. I think now the fight
No,
with him and Boots becomes easier to make
no, he's talking
if
about
if if
he's
Virgil
talking
has a
about
loss. But
no, he's talking about do or die. Like Virgil needs a belt, like it's do or die. Like he needs a belt. Like his career could potentially like
I
look
still
where
don't think
it's
it. I
stagnant.
still don't think it's do or die.
I
He needs to get a bout definitely. But if he were to fight for it, I think I would say it's more do or die that he needs to fight for a title than it is him winning a title. He fights. He fights for a title. He does good. There's going to be more opportunity for him to go out there and fight for another world title. So that's where I'm at on that.
well, yeah,
I don't
well
think it's
that's fa-
necessarily do or die that he has to
well
win.
that's what he's saying. He has a title. Like you can't get a title with that if you don't fight for it. So like if he goes and fights Charlo or
You
fights
got to
Zoo,
fight
like
for it. Yeah, you got to
that,
fight for it.
yeah. If he goes and fights Charlo or Zoo, like what like that's ridiculous. Like it's time to fight for a battle, especially you're an interim champion.
Yeah.
Like you got to do something. Like go up and fight. So you don't think says so you don't think three weight classes and no title is do or die for him getting a belt? I do. I do. I think
I
if you go,
think he's put himself
if
in.
you,
I think he's put himself in a bad position.
yeah, I think he has to make a move. If he goes to 160, it should be for a belt. If he stays at 54, if he stays at 54, then okay, then you have to do you have to stay busy or a fight because at 54 right now there's nobody to fight. Boots and Cali are in negotiations.
Yeah,
Fundora's
no, and
fighting.
I'm not saying that he should. What I'm saying is he needs to fight. What I'm saying is that if he loses a world title fight, he goes his next fight, he fights for a world title and he loses. He's not. It's not done. It's not over with for Virgil Ortiz. Is what I'm saying. There's going to
It's,
be ample
it
opportunity
doesn't
for him
look
to fight
good.
other fights.
It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But
It
you know what? He
doesn't
went
look
out there.
good. You lose a lot of aura. You lose a lot of aura
You,
around your name. If he goes and finally fights for a bout and he loses, the narrative is going to be look at they've been protecting him this whole time. That's why he never fought for a title. That's why they were picking and choosing. So it doesn't look good. Like I think that he has to fight for a title and he has to win. He has to win a belt because if he doesn't win, yeah, he can go on another winning streak and he can go on and climb. But honestly, if he fights for a belt and he loses, when's he gonna fight for a belt again? It's took him how long to fight for a title already? So it's like I feel like he has to fight for a belt. If he fights for a
see,
title, he has to win because yeah, he can fight for another belt, but when and how long? It's already took him how long to even he hasn't even fought for a belt yet. Like
right?
you know what I mean? So like he has to win. Like he has to fight for the belt and he has to win because look at how long has he been boxing, bro? He's almost 30 years old. And he's if he does move up to another weight class, like I love Virgil, and I'm talking as a Virgil fan, as someone that wants to see him succeed, and I'm talking about like somebody that's like watching as everything plays out and is getting frustrated with the whole scenario. Like, I get you need to make the most money, and
Yeah.
Rick's really good at that. He's really good at maneuvering his fighters and putting them in positions to make big fights and make money. Look at what he's done with Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza, like he's I think he's making the right moves. Speaking of, he's about to fight Duarte next. Or if that happens, that's a great fight for Barboza.
Yeah.
Those fights are putting Barboza in the right positions. Charlo fight for Virgil Ortiz doesn't
Yep.
put Virgil in a good position. It's a good money fight. It's a good fight if they do it in Texas. Like it's a cool to have on your resume, but it doesn't put them like Barboza fighting Duarte. That's a good fight. Like that's a good fight. That's a good name on the resume. It's gonna be a really good fight because of the styles, but it's also gonna put Barbosa in a position to fight for a bout next, or to have like more room to make call outs if he goes and he wins that fight, which I think Barbosa can win that Duarte fight.
Yeah.
Dom said if he loses first title shot and wins second title shot, the narrative of him being hype job will still be there. Yeah, because and also depends who he fights. Like I think it'll just be an underlying issue, right? It'll be an underlying storyline that kind of will never go away for him, and it also depends who he fights. That's why I say go to 60, you fight Lara, right? Lara is a good name. But what is this? Before you guys hop off, let's talk about Barbosa and Duarte. So sorry I got us off the subject. No, yeah, I was leading into that one. The Barbosa and Duarte at 47. Man, I think that's a great fight. Something a little unexpected, like that's
Yeah, I
working
heard
out.
be out
I was like,
here.
yeah. But I think that's a great fight for Barbosa. I think Barbosa wins that one. I have Barbosa winning. I think just he looked really good in that Sims fight, he's been training. He just I don't know. I just feel like Barbosa's movement in that fight's gonna win him the fight. Duarte, he's gotten a lot
Yeah,
better,
I think so
but
too. He's been
he
boxing a lot better.
yeah, he's been boxing a lot better. Duarte's good and he has that power, but I think it's gonna be a uh, younger Jose Ramirez, like and Barbosa has that game plan for that style, and I think and he Barbosa's a lot better than he was when he fought Ramirez. He's looks way better, so yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Barbosa. What's up, Ken's in the chat. He said I
Yeah.
like Barbosa versus Duarte. I like that fight too, man. I think especially if it's in
So
LA.
what?
Woo! Dom,
Yep.
Duarte was in negotiations to fight Gary Russell. I wonder what happened. Russell can't catch. What happened? Can't. Hold on. Somebody.
The White Sox
You're,
up to 47 before WBA regular.
Duarte moved up to 47.
That's what it is. That fight's not going to be at 40.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, it's at
that fight
47.
between Duarte and Barbosa will be at 47.
Yeah, it's at
And that's
47.
the
So
difference. That's why Russell's out of that fight.
yeah, because I think because Duarte can't make 40 no more, so he's moving up. TW says holding Virgil back was done by design by the powers that be in the boxing business. Don't tell me that Pussy Boots isn't afraid of Virgil by going after Cali. Let's get real. Yeah, I'm kind of exhausted on the Boots and Virgil conversations.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done
Yeah.
with that one.
Dom, it says Duarte ain't get better. Fierro cooked him and they robbed him. That pissed me off because I was with Fierro in that fight. Yeah, I think I think Duarte's gotten better, and not like in boxing, not better like as a boxer, but I think he's got better with like the pressure that he goes into the fight. So he's more calm now in the fights. You can see like he's more calm and relaxed, and he's able to able to box a little bit better. But
Yeah.
uh, Andre Barbosa is the one that's you can see the improvements in his fights. Um, After that Teofimo fight, then when he fought Sims, he looked really good against Sims, and then you can just see it if you follow him on Instagram. You can see the training. You can see him. I think, but yeah, I'm leaning with Barbosa. I think he's just a better boxer, and I think he takes a punch really good too. So like if Duarte can land, I feel like he can take the shot. And it says, Dom says, Boots going after a bout. Damn, bro, you're delusional. This is sad. I'm done with that subject respectfully, but, bro, but Virgil is a good fighter. Yeah, Virgil's a good fighter, and that's what gets me frustrated. I'm done with that topic as well. I don't think Boots, before we're done with the topic, I just want to say, I don't think Boots going and fighting Cali is him ducking Virgil. Like, it's him making the business move. It's him going, he wants to unify. After he unifies, then eventually he's gonna want to go and fight for Door for undisputed. That's why I think Virgil is like you're shit out of luck at 54, man. Like you go up to 60, you fight for a belt. That's should be your move. going up to 160 and fighting for a bout because
Yeah.
at 154 you're it's going to be another year or 2 years until you get a title shot because Boots and Fedor they're on a collision course. Boots and Fedor are going to fight, and it's probably going to be sometime in the middle of next year because Boots is fighting Kelly. That's going to happen for sure. It should be announced,
Yeah,
and then Fedor is fighting his mandatory. Once they're done, they're going to fight each other for undisputed. Like that. So Virgil,
definitely. Right.
yeah, I'm done with the conversation. That's all. I just wanted to
That's
end
it.
that topic. End that topic with that. Uh, since moving to 47, Barboza, like I said, he dominated Sims Jr. I think this. I have the scorecards right here. The scorecards: he 117, 111, 118, 110, and then 120 to 108. Those are the scorecards against in that Sims fight. Man, the jab, the distance, his discipline. He doesn't need a war to win, but he's willing to
Yeah.
bang as well. Though he's willing to bang as well, but and then Duarte, the pressure, he got body work, he's physical, and then he's gonna want to make the fights ugly. But I just think Barbosa's his game plan coming into that fight, his jab in that fight, and then his feet are gonna be what's gonna win him the fight. And but it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be a really good fight, and it's gonna be in LA. So that fight in LA, I think it does really good. What else? What do we got? Hey, so we're stuck. We're talking about 47 right now, right? So welterweight champions, like who runs 47 right now? Ryan Garcia, WBC. Tio is the WBA. Devin Haney's WBO, and then
I
the
don't.
IBF is Liam Paro. Like who's really running 47, or is it still open?
It's wide open, bro. I think 47's wide open. It's anybody's division. I think
Yeah,
you throw Haney back in there with Ryan. Ryan probably beats him. You throw Rolly in there with Ryan. Rolly might be Ryan. Like it's not a real strong division, and it's not controlled by any one boxer right now. There's
yeah.
no real big name that just stands out at 47.
Well,
So I mean, I think it's
there is one name that stands out, and it's Ryan Garcia. But he's not standing out as like all as the supreme boxer at 47. He's just the biggest name at 47.
oh, yeah, he's the biggest
But
name, but I mean, like,
yeah,
yeah,
but
as
yeah,
far as a dominant
I think it's
champion,
open. Yeah, there's no dominant champ. But we got to see. So somebody has to unify or somebody has to defend. And I think I'm gonna lean with Ryan. If Ryan Garcia is he's defending a belt already. I think Devin hasn't defended his belt yet. Tio just won his belt. Liam Paro he won the belt. He hasn't. I don't think Liam Paro's defended his belt yet. Um, but Ryan Garcia is about to
uh,
defend his belt before any of these
so
guys, and he just won it.
yeah, so Garcia defends against Ben. He comes out victorious, and then you get Duarte, and Barboza comes away victorious. That's an easy fight for his next title defense. Not necessarily having to go for a unification, but maybe
Yeah,
like a voluntary defense would be a
yeah,
good fight out here in LA. Would be Arnold and Ryan out here. It'd make some good money, man. Even in Vegas, it would make good money because a lot of people from LA would travel to Vegas to see
yeah.
Arnold Barboza and Ryan. And there's
That would
been bad blood between those two in the
yeah.
past. So
Yeah, and they're both streaming on Kick. They'll both be streaming right
yeah,
now, and they're taking shots at each other. Like yeah, like it would be a really big fight, I think. But I would love to see a unification between Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia.
yeah, I'd like to see that fight too.
Yeah.
So
Who else? What do we got? We have what I want to talk about is we brought up PEDs earlier, right? I want to talk about the Shiraz and Janabik. Uh, Janabik just got stripped, right? He got stripped. He got popped for PEDs. He got stripped, and then now he's moving up and he's getting a title shot, or right? Like what the hell?
I yeah, I think so, man, and that's crazy, man, because like you said, he did but it's been a while since Janabek got popped. It hasn't been recent.
Well, it's
Janabek got popped. I want to say what last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, well,
last
should he
year.
be going up and fighting for a world title? No, but definitely, I don't know, man. They got to do more to protect the fighters.
Yeah, so Janovic tested positive for mal mal meldonium meldonium something like that in 2025. So the WBO imposed a 1 year suspension retroactive to December 2nd of 2025, subs, su- while the IBF stripped him and of the middleweight championship. So December it's not it hasn't been 1 year yet. December 2nd of 2025.
So as soon as he's done with yeah, so as soon as he's done with the suspension, they're gonna give him a title fight.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Well,
Like it
who
says,
did who did
Dom in the chat says Janovic getting rewarded
what
for being a cheater.
like kind of like Ryan, right? Didn't wasn't Ryan's tight against Rolly for a title after
It
he
was
got
for
popped?
it was for an interim belt, and then Rolly got elevated to champion, and then Rolly got elevated to super champion. So it was initially for an interim. It was initially for an interim belt, and then he got elevated. He got elevated twice.
So I don't know, man. I mean, personally I don't like it, but
But also Ryan, his hair follicles, whatever, came back negative. Came back negative.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Getting a mandatory title shot while serving a PD. Ryan didn't get that fight made while he was still in suspension either. They didn't announce the fight while he was serving suspension. He had to finish the suspension, get everything done. Like right now, he's in the middle of suspension. He's at home chilling, like suspended from school and shit. And then all of a sudden, you get a call from your teacher, and you're like, "Hey, you got an A on your test." What test? I took a test. I'm suspended. I'm not even at school. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit, I don't know, man.
So
But that's boxing in a nutshell, right?
pretty much, yeah. Politics, brother. Politics.
Man. Before before we head out, because we went on a Virgil Ortiz and Boots kind of rant. I didn't really have that in the. I didn't have that in here, but before we head out here, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Like, see what our chat stacks.
All right.
What do you guys have? Does Rolly ever become champion again?
Yes.
Chat, what do you think? Does Rolly ever become champion again? And do you think Teofimo's better at 47 than he was at 140?
It's hard to say. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think maybe I don't think his power carried. His last, like I said last week, his last knockout was at 35. He didn't knock anybody out at 40.
Yeah.
At 47, he's got a box, which he did. So I'm not sure. I don't know if he's any better at 47. I don't know if his power carried at 47. I don't know if he's better at 47 than he was at 40.
Does
And
Barboza
it's
beat Duarte?
basically the same same competition that was at 40. They all moved up, and he
Yeah.
moved up with them because they were all
Yeah.
at 40 before. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
It says I don't know if Tio's better at 47 than 40 yet. Need to see two more fights at 47. That's what Dom says. I agree. Uh,
Yeah,
does Barbosa
definitely.
does Barbosa beat Duarte?
Yes.
Yeah, I got Barbosa beating Duarte. And then who wins? Teofimo or Catterall?
Teofimo.
And then Ryan Garcia or Teofimo Lopez at 47?
Mhm. I, I think Ryan got that mean streak in him when he's in that ring, and I think if he hurts Teofimo, he goes for the kill. Even if he gets caught, he's gonna go with for that kill. So I
Yeah.
think I would favor Ryan slightly because Teofimo I don't think can hurt him. And if Ryan ain't getting hurt, he's swinging balls to the wall, man. So I would favor Ryan, and if Ryan were to see like the cut, the way Teofimo was cut against Rolly and hurt the way he was against Rolly, like I said, it'd be 110% attack on Ryan's part. You know, different animal, and he's got somebody hurt in front of him. I mean, we've seen it in the past where he runs up to the opponent. He's across the ring, or sees
Yeah.
him hurt and will run at him. And just not think and just go for the kill. So I think I would favor Ryan.
Dom says he has Teofimo. Teofimo has more heart and is gonna want it more. Teofimo heart and his will is gonna get him through those fights. His heart and his will. All right. And what about so if that Teofimo talked about him wanting to end the 47, the fight for undisputed. He wants to save Haney for that fight. Who do you favor in that fight, Haney or Teofimo?
Haney,
Haney, yeah,
think he outboxes him. You're not gonna have a war. You're gonna have a real technical style fight.
yeah.
I think Haney's gonna frustrate him. Not gonna come forward.
Hmm.
Teofimo's not gonna come forward. There's gonna be a lot of jabbing, and I think Teofimo will end up getting frustrated and try to come after him and get caught with some counters. And I'm not saying get hurt, but I think he'd get countered a little bit and maybe get frustrated. And his frustration would lose him the fight.
I think that
That's
fight
the
can
easiest way
can,
to say it.
can look like the Shakur fight all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then, do you think do you think 47 is better now that Boots moved up to 54?
no. I think if Boots were to stay at 54 right now with the people that are in it,
No.
it'd be a hell of a lot better division.
If Boots stay, if
Boots
you
would
mean if
make Boots would
you, you mean
if
if
Boots
Boots
were to
stayed at
stay at
47?
47.
Yeah, that's what you.
Yeah, Boots stayed at 47. That division would be way more interesting. You throw Boots names in there too. So yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the division now, but if Boots,
Well, yeah. Boots would have had bigger fights, bigger names. Um,
yeah,
Dom says Jermaine Ortiz, Sander Martin, and Shakur are all southpaws. Haney can't throw the same punch from those angles. Those guys were. So I think Tio has a huge chance. Devin ain't Shakur. That's a good point.
okay.
All right. All right, chat. Appreciate y'all. Boxing news Tuesday nights.
That's right.
That's it, man. We out. But hold on. If Boots was still at 47, some of those dudes would have moved up. Devin waited for Boots to go to 54 and then moved up to 47. That's very,
Yeah, we're
very
not saying
possible.
that. We're
That's
saying if he was there, if they were all there together.
that's very possibly true, though. That's very possibly true that Devin waited
It,
for
i- it is
for
it is possibly true, but what we're saying is
yeah,
how interesting would it be if they were all there together? And not
yeah.
not these what well he would have ran or he would have went here or there would
Hmm.
they were all there together right now. It'd be a hell of a division.
Oh yeah, it would be a crazy division. It would be very interesting for sure. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, chat. See y'all next Tuesday. We
Next
here
Tuesday.
Tuesday nights, boxing news at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we are going to be doing that giveaway for the boxing glove soon. So stay tuned. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Plug. Plug.